Hello, Class 7. This is your English teacher Vishakha Lalwani, and today I shall be discussing the first chapter from your literature, that is, The Three Questions by Leo Tolstoy. I hope you have gone through the video and read the chapter. Let's now talk about the author, Leo Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy was one of the world's greatest writers. He was born at Isnaya Polyana, Russia. When he was young, his parents died, so he and his siblings were brought up by relatives. At the age of 16, he began studying law and Oriental languages. Unfortunately, he left university in the middle of his studies and spent much of his time in Moscow and St. Petersburg. Later on in his life, he joined the army with his brother. It was at that time that he started writing. Tolstoy is best known for his novels War and Peace and Anna Karenina. He believed in non-violence. His work, The Kingdom of God is Within You, has influenced people like Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King. The Three Questions is a short story by Leo Tolstoy, first published in 1885 as part of the collection What Men Live By and Other Tales. The story takes the form of a parable, and it concerns a king who wants to find the answers to what he considers the three most important questions in life. Now, a parable is basically a simple story which teaches us a moral lesson. And now for a quick synopsis of the story. Once, a certain king got a thought that he would never fail if he knew the answers to three questions, which were: what was the right time to begin everything? Who were the right people to listen to? What was the most important thing to do? The king proclaimed that the ones who gave the right answers would be rewarded. Many learned men attempted to answer the king's questions, but they all came up with different answers. The king was not satisfied and decided to ask a wise hermit in a nearby village. The hermit lived in the woods and would only see common people. So the king put on a simple dress, left his guards behind, and went to see the hermit. When the king approached the hermit, he was digging the ground in front of his hut. The king asked his questions, but the hermit went on digging. The king offered to dig for him for a while. After digging for some time, the king again asked his questions. Before the hermit could answer, a man emerged from the woods. He was bleeding from a terrible stomach wound. The king and the hermit washed the wound and bandaged it till the blood ceased. The king stayed the night in the hermit's hut. Next morning, the wounded man was doing better and was gazing intently at the king. He confessed to the king that he knew who the king was and that the king had executed his brother and seized his property. He had come to kill the king, but the king's guards had wounded him. The king forgave him and made peace with his enemy and promised to restore the property to the wounded man. The king asked the hermit again for his answers, and the hermit responded that he had just had his questions answered. For the first question, the hermit replied that there is only one time that is important, and that time is now. It is the most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. To the second question, the hermit's answer was that the most necessary person is the person you are with at a particular moment. For no one knows what will happen in the future and whether we will meet anyone else. To the third question, the hermit replied that the most important business is to do that person good, because we were sent into this world for that purpose alone. In case you haven't seen the video, please watch it from the link which has been provided in the task sheet. Please note down the word meanings which are given at the end of the chapter. Also do the question answers from working with text in a notebook which you have prepared as the literature notebook or in any loose sheets. So see you next time with another lesson in English. Goodbye till then.